Eastern Conference Game 7. It comes down to this Miami versus Toronto. Now, most of the games in this series, I've either not had to play or I've taken Miami. Game 7 here, Miami's getting 4.5. I'm going to go ahead and take them again. Not because I don't think Toronto can win this game. Absolutely. They're at home in this Game 7, but simply for the fact that, well, two things really. I like the adjustments Miami made in that Game 6. And I like the points, 4.5. I really think this game goes down to that final shot, or at least down to the final 30 seconds. So I think there's value in grabbing the 4.5 in a game that could go either way. Toronto probably should pull it out in the end because they are at home. But still, there's good value there on the points. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the 4.5. It doesn't really matter though because either team has to face the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I don't think either of them, at least Miami without Whiteside and Toronto without Valanciunas, they cannot beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we're gonna have to, keep an update on those injury reports. Again, Miami plus 4.5 on this play. Let's look at the matchup. Let's talk about Miami first. In that Game 6, the Heat, they shot 47.6% from the floor and 35% from distance. They had just 7 turnovers, and they went with a smaller lineup. That was the theme of that Game 6. Winslow got to start. Dragic played really well. They moved the ball decent. They had 15 assists. They had 20 attempts from beyond the arc, 84 attempts total. So, the pace was okay for them. But defensively, I thought they did a nice job forcing Toronto into 10 turnovers. Not a lot, but really low on the shooting percentages. So look for Miami. That might have bothered Toronto just a bit. I think they've made the changes just a little bit better. Now we're gonna have to see how Toronto goes ahead and changes for this Game 7. The Raptors in that Game 6, they didn't play that great. They didn't shoot that great. They shot just 41.5% from the field, just 25% from distance, again with those 10 turnovers. But when we look at the matchups here, look at this Game 6. Rebounds, 51-51. Points in the paint, Toronto 46, Miami 44. Personal fouls, 18 apiece. I mean, this has all the makings of going down to the wire, thus the value on taking the Heat. I'm not a huge Miami fan or anything like that, but I really like the value here on taking Miami. Toronto without Valanciunas, Whiteside is out for the Heat. I mean, it's just very interesting how these teams have had to manage without two really key players, especially Whiteside for Miami. He's so huge defensively. Still, that being said, I like the value with the points here. 4.5. I think that's a good amount to go ahead and see this game go down to the wire. So that's going to be my NBA pick of the day on Miami plus 4.5. And I wish you luck on your picks of the day.